Hey y'all, Beasley here. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's April of 2026 and tomorrow begins the 2026 season for the AA Texas League. This is also the beginning of season 2 of the Tulsa Baseball Collector channel. So I do have a few episodes already in mind. I've got a couple of episodes that I have scripted out. But one of the original intents of this channel was just simply to document my collection. So we're going to ease into season 2 by looking at some baseball cards. These are all cards that I picked up in the first 3 months of this year. So let's look at some cards. We will go from the oldest pre-war vintage to the newest, you might say ultra modern. So for the 1929 collection, this is the final piece that I need to be able to have something to show for each of the players featured in the exhibit. Jim Wright was a pitcher during the 1929 season for the Tulsa Oilers. He had been playing with the St. Louis Browns the previous 2 seasons. Wright was born in England and was a World War I United States Marine Corps veteran. I bought a leaf from the 1930 Spalding Baseball Guide about the 1929 Western League. Great historic Tulsa baseball information on both pages of this leaf. I'm going to get this scanned and printed to the size of a small poster for better display of this piece. Not sure what to do with this. Again, it is a page from an old book. I do have other Raleigh Styles pieces, but when I saw this, I had to have it. Not sure if this will be part of the exhibit. Either way, I'm happy to have it in the collection. Jim Blackburn is mentioned in an episode from last season, and I think he's part of a short as well. This 1951 Bowman, and my first card for Blackburn. This little bio on the back talks about his time in Tulsa, if it'll focus there. There we go. 121 and lost 7 for Tulsa. Served in the Army's 7th Armored Division, France, Belgium, Holland, and into Germany, where he was taken prisoner during World War II. And then later, I found this 1979 TCMA Baseball History Series card. Like the image of Jim Blackburn. A couple more vintage cards, 1957 Topps. Chuck Harmon was Tulsa's first black player in 1953. We were AA affiliates of the Cincinnati Reds. Not my first Chuck Harmon card, but I really like the 1957s. Ralph Terry is part of the collection as an Oklahoma kid. Born on Route 66 in Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Grew up in Chelsea. Ralph was born in 1963, 4 years after his Yankee teammate Mickey Mantle was born a few miles up the Mother Road in Commerce, Oklahoma. Not my first Ralph Terry card, but again, I really like the look of the 57 Topps. I am planning an episode for the 50th anniversary of the 1976 Tulsa Oilers. There's a pocket schedule for that season. 1976 was the last year for the Oilers and our last year associated with the St. Louis Cardinals after 18 years in the Cards farm system. 1977, we were the Drillers and part of the Rangers organization. Here are a few of the players from that 1976 team. Gary Templeton was the last Tulsa Oiler to play in the major leagues, retiring after the 1991 season. A few Ruben Sierra were added to the collection for 2 upcoming episodes. Sierra had one of the all-time best seasons for a Tulsa Driller in 1985. Ruben led the Drillers in RBI, runs, hits, doubles, triples, and stolen bases. Ruben Sierra, 1989s. And food issues and other oddballs have found their way into the collection. I will do an episode on those cards later in the summer. There will be a few episodes focusing on 1989, from the baseball cards to the Drillers, and specifically to Upper Deck. So 1989 Upper Deck baseball cards. There are a bunch of former Tulsa players in the 89 Upper Deck. And got a couple of packs. So I'm going to open these packs with my grandson here in a couple of weeks. And while I was picking up random Upper Deck cards, I grabbed a few of my favorite players from the 80s, in case my grandson wants to start his own 1989 Upper Deck collection. I have a number of game day programs dating back to the 1950s. You can see the reflection of the 2019 game day program that was signed by Gavin Lux. I've added a couple more this year, including this 1991 souvenir program for an upcoming episode about the 1991 Tulsa Drillers team, which included Pudge Rodriguez. And for the episode about food issued cards, the 1994 Church's Chicken card of Ivan Rodriguez. Between our association with the Texas Rangers and our current affiliation with the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tulsa was Rockies country. I added a few cards that caught my eye. Matt Holliday is an Oklahoma kid from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Both Stu and Drew Pomeranz played for Tulsa. Love the look of this 2012 Bowman Chrome. John Gray is another Oklahoma Route 66 native, graduating from Chandler High School before going on to pitch for the University of Oklahoma. I added 3 more good-looking cards of John, including this 2015 Topps of Gray in his purple Drillers uniform. And finally, I have added a dozen or so cards of Tulsa Drillers that went on to become Los Angeles Dodgers. So I've got Alex Verdugo. This is the Topps Pro Debut, I think is what this is called. Him in his Tulsa uniform. Dustin May in his Tulsa Drillers uniform. And from last year, Jackson Ferris of the Tulsa Drillers. Added a few more autographs. First Bowman. Rookie card Topps Chrome of Ross Stripling. Walker Buehler on the Bowman first. I really like this 2020 set. So I do have the base and the chrome, but here is the opening day for former Tulsa Driller, Walker Buehler. Also picked up his pink refractor. Another opening day. This one, the blue foil of Cody Bellinger. The pink refractor of Corey Seager. This is a photo variation of Seager. I like that one a lot. and the All-Star Game card for former Tulsa driller Cody Bellinger. Kike, what a guy. So this is the alternate photo or photo variation for Kike. Don't necessarily consider Kike a Tulsa driller. He did play a few games for Tulsa, but those were on rehab assignments. But yeah, what interesting fellow he is. Just love this current Dodgers team. Kike, certainly. You know, Freddie, Shohei, Mookie. This is just, how can you not like the current LA Dodgers? Great bunch of kids. And, oh, another 2020. That's a Dustin May signature. Unfortunately, this one came cheaper than I would have liked, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he's bouncing around, struggling with injuries, that's for sure. And I did pick up two more Andy Pajes rookies cards, the Heritage and the 35th anniversary chrome. And there it is, some of the recent additions to the Tulsa Baseball Collection and a preview of some of the episodes coming up in Season 2 of Tulsa Baseball Collector. Really excited about some of these episodes, have worked to acquire some pieces for these episodes. As you can tell, my hobby in baseball collecting and memorabilia collecting goes hand in hand with my YouTube hobby, so I do appreciate y'all's support. Please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss those upcoming episodes, and until then, go Drillers!